In this lecture, we're going to focus more on solving for a variable. So my first question is, what does it mean to solve for a variable? Well, it means to get the variable by itself. Let's look at question 2, example A. The directions say solve for each equation for the stated variable. So question A says x minus 8 plus equals 10, and we're going to solve it for x. So I'm going to get the x by itself, so I need to move the 8 away from the x. The 8's cancel and I get 18. Now for part B it says solve for y. I want to get the y completely by itself. So that means I need to move the whole 4x. So it's a positive 4x, so I'm going to subtract it to both sides. My 4x's will cancel, and I'll get y on the left-hand side equals 12 minus 4x. Now you will always see me write it as y equals negative 4x plus 12. I just switch these two around. Either answer is correct. Now for question C, I also need to solve for y. So my y term is right here, so I need to move the x to the other side. My x's cancel, so I'm left with 2y equals negative 8x minus 20. Now to get the y completely by itself, I need to divide everything by 2. That way the 2's cancel, and I'm left with y equals, now negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4x, and negative 20 divided by 2 is a negative 10. So my answer is y equals negative 4x minus 10. Now for example D, this is the first example that you see that there's no numbers. But that's okay. For this one, I'm going to solve for B. Now, my B is right here. Now, I just realized, for this to be an equation, I mistyped it. It's supposed to be A equals B divided by C. So now I'm still going to solve for B. How do I get B by itself? Well, it says B divided by C. And the key word here is divide. So if I multiply both sides by C, the C's will cancel and my B is left by itself, and then it's going to be C times A. I would also write it as B equals C times A. The only thing I care about is getting the B completely by itself. Question E. Again, for this one I mistyped it. It should be A equals B divided by C. Now for this example, I still need to get the C by itself. So I'm going to get rid of my fraction. It says B divided by C, keyword divided by. So I'm going to multiply both sides by C. That way I have no more fraction. Now I need to get the C by itself. So it says C times A. So I'm going to move the A away by dividing both sides by A. A's cancel, so C equals B divided by A. Example F. I have A equals B plus C times D. I need to solve for D. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract this B to the other side, get that out of the way. B's cancel, so I have A minus B equals C times D. Well, this is multiplied, the C times D. So to get the C away, I'm going to divide everything by C. So the C's cancel. So I'm left with A minus B over C, all equal to D. And that is my final answer. For my last example, I have L equals M minus N over Q. and I need to solve for q. Well, I don't like fractions, so I'm going to multiply both sides by q. The q's cancel, so I'm left with q times L equals m minus n. Now because it's q times L, I divide everything by L, and then the q is by itself. And I just write down whatever I have left over. So q equals m minus n divided by L.